here we are. We're finally in the final twosome here, and it's going to be Kristina Tkach from the Russia, a lady professional player of pretty formidable. She's gone undefeated through a very, very strong, deep field of regional pro and semi-pro players to get to this point. Her opponent is Bruner, who she eliminated into hot seat match by a score of 8-6 a little while ago. Kristina pockets a couple balls on the break, and we're underway. This is a race to 10 alternate break format, and I'm George Hammerbacher and the voice of the Action Pool Tour, calling this match at the Champion Billiards outside of Frederick, Maryland. Christina makes you miscued there, leaving Chris an opportunity to get underway. Chris has a Herculean stroke. He's got a big move game, and he's a guy that likes to play fast. And Kristina slowed him down and essentially got him out of his game. But you got to make your opportunities count with this young lady. She is very, very smooth, accomplished, and looks unflappable for a young lady. She's 20 years of age, and she has an academy. Type delivery with a just straight back, straight through. She's sort of like a machine, pretty much, with her fundamentals. I've been teaching pool for 45 years, and I've never seen better. I've never seen better fundamentals on any type of a player, either male or female, that has anything on this young lady. She doesn't overextend herself. She's very composed. She looks like she's doing this for a living, which she is. This is This is looking like she's a couple of balls from still going on top 1-0 in this contest. And she has that little pause at the end of the backstroke, which allows the muscles to transfer from the bicep to the tricep when the stroke, which is what we teach in PBIA academies. I'm a member of the Professional Billiard Instructor Association, a charter member of the BCA instructors that became the PBIA a few years ago, and I've watched people's form and stance and fundamentals for 45 years plus, and I've never seen anybody that was as fundamentally, consistently pure as Kristina. And I've seen many, many people shoot balls in my lifetime, and she's right at the top of the list fundamentally that I've ever seen. she's right on this 2-4. Might be out again here. That's ideal. She'll come straight up the inside the table with the high right ball and go past the 7 and 8 and get perfect on the 3. She might even play to hit these balls because the 5's hanging over the hole. Gonna get her cue extender. Kristina is sponsored on tour by Predator Cues and Products, also a sponsor of the Action Pool Tour. They make more than just high-tech cues, and they make everything you can think of these days. Well, she might just clip the ball, come back, and get straight in on the 6 ball down the rail. And play the 7-8 the old-fashioned way. She's going to roll forward to just about the side pocket to get the correct angle on the 7. Now she's probably going to go forward to play the 8 in the side where the cue ball's standing. May have to go to the rail. Oh my, that's a rare miss. She could have never been in better line. That's sort of surprising. Okay, well, Chris has his opportunity. That was very fortunate for Chris. And he misses this ball. Just got down one stroke. Can't do that. Sorry to say, he could never, that's a big 2-game swing. Can't afford that in matches like this. Think this girl's gonna miss again. Concedes the ball. Kristina takes a 2-0 lead. I think she's got Chris rattled. And all the fancy histrionics that he can do with the cue ball doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to be plussed by it, you know. So we're also sponsored Action Pool Tour by Kamui Products. Kamui chalk tips, standard of the industry. The players worldwide swear by them. She ain't gonna like this result. Oh. She might have a shot at the 1. Miss Cuey, west of St. Louis. Well, you can't ask for any more than the shots he's been given. Short. Chris is on, Bruner's on a 2-tournament win streak, and that's a stylish shot. He's going to have to go up table, I think, and then come back. Always brings something into chance into play to a degree with the big cue ball travel. Like going past it, maybe. He gets a 6 or gets a roller up on top of the 9, which is a shot I like. He's glad that didn't go down. Roller up on top of the 9. She's only can go up table at it and one rail the ball, I think. Or come across one rail and hit it, which is, her cue ball is obscured by the 9 where she can't hit center cue ball, and she only can hit left English because most 3/4 of her cue ball is obscured in that direction, you see. And if she tries to hit this, it might come wide past the 6. She hit it good, but sold out nonetheless. This is where he's got to put his foot down now. This is, he plays too good not to start to, up. He was being mean and put Sean Wilkie there deliberately. Now he's there himself. How does he like it? That's what he was chortling about that on the sidelines with us, and it's funny how that stuff seems to come back and bite you. That's a good little word, chortle. Chortle, C-H-O-R-T-L-E, in other words. Belly laughing at usually somebody else's expense. Well, here's his shot to go 2-1 here, which he does. 2 games to 1, and Chris is back on serve. We've had a wonderful event here this weekend. Very, very, very good players. We had a nice field of 41, and this action tour is we added $600 to this particular event, and all entry fees and $600 are returned to the players. And any of you that are listening, it's the new sheriffs in this town, Chris Wylie and Tiger Baker, are giving it their all to make this one of the preeminent regional tours in the country. I've seen lots of them. I've seen them come and go in 35, 40 years of being on around regional tours, and I've seen good ones. I've seen ones that had promise that didn't last, and These folks are people who love the game. They're out of Q Masters in Virginia Beach, which is a cathedral of this great sport. And, let's see what is he getting in on this 5? Up, he got bum rushed. He doesn't have any escape up table either. Good shot. She might be able to come in behind it with a lot of left-hand ball. Just get past the 6. Where she's looking to get past the 8 and clip it rail first and go up table. That's what she did. Good shot. Good play. Very, very intelligently played hit. And she's making Chris Bruner huff and puff here. They played $17 games, and she's ahead of Chris 10-7 at the moment, all things considered. A brutal scratch, kicked in the hole. Christina has routine work to do here. Tough scratch. But she might be a little sharp by her tip. She's miscued twice.
You know I'm good now, huh?
Probably play the 9 in the same pocket. Let's draw it over or punch it over. Oh. Bruner gets the break he was hoping for there. Two apiece. That was Kristina's missed a couple of strange balls there. Miscue on one. I don't think she likes her tip. I think she's struggling with her tip, and that's the most important portion of the cue. The Kamui products, Kamui tips, choice of zillions of players worldwide, along with Kamui chalk, which once I was offered $50 for one cube of it at a U.S. Open down in Norfolk a number of years ago, and unfortunately I was unable to comply with it myself, or I'd been reaching for that piece for a $50 bill. It was worth it to that individual, for sure. But it's 2 games apiece. Nice break shot. Kristina, she might bank this ball and follow it right after it and go down table to that up table to that 2 ball. No. Wow. That was strong. Hit that with inside English and made it look easy. Too far. A little bit. Come back 3 rails. 1, 2, 3, and she should be right where her cue ball is. Out of line. She's kind of shook her head. That's very seldom do I see her shake her head. Might be playing safe here. Christina's got lots of discipline. That was a little lacking, I think. This looks like a safety for sure if we can't make this ball. Nice play from Bruner, and Christina has probably no kick at it from the side rail. She might have to go up table. She's going to have me, or she can play a jump shot where she hits the rail and jumps the 9 with the cue ball. Now I'd say she's going to have to come up table and just roll the dice because she's kind of speechless from here. Good hit, but left Chris a nice opportunity here to take the lead, 3 games to 2. Chris Bruner takes the lead, 3 games to 2 here. We've had a real good weekend here. I believe the stream and all the tech stuff has been a-okay. These place has a real high, strong internet connection, and just as good as it gets, according to Chris Wylie, our technical person and co-owner of the tour. This has been as good a weekend as we've had on the mic, and I'm going to knock on wood because we still got a few games to go. But yeah. Having a wonderful time. At least a home game for me. This trip. Next time too, we'll be in Northern Virginia at the Breaker Sky Lounge on September 14th and 15th to play a 10-ball event. And tournaments are generally always very, very well attended at Breakers. And Shauna and her staff just are as nice as they could be to us. Year after year we've been down there. And she's a sweetheart. She's a good player too. And she does lots of nice things for people, especially in the game of pool. That's a real good shot. His shot has got to be a safety. Almost a good shot, but he didn't cut off the side rail, and that might come back to haunt him. Got to cut off the side rail and freeze people on these balls if you got a good opportunity. Other sponsors of the Action Pool Tour include Hasselman and Hunt Family Dentistry. Dr. Dave Hunt, the killer driller, participated this weekend in this event. He's starting to play regularly on the tour again after a brief sabbatical. That's why you got to cut off the side rail. Even though he might have bought a shot, it didn't have to happen that way. And I got him going 2 rails with the high right English to the middle of the table. He went 1 rail. It's a good shot. This is one where these are tricky. Just got around the 9. He was fortunate. If he'd have clipped the 9, he'd have been in that pocket over there. Chris Bruner is on top 4 games to 2. Now it's time for Christina to take and assert herself with a good break shot and give Chris a chance to sit down at the table and tighten up and get cold again. It's a wonderful, wonderful setting. Other sponsors of the Action Tour include Grant Wylie Photography from Tidewater, Virginia Beach area. Grant is a super photographer and good guy. I met him last October when the tour changed hands, and he's Chris Wylie's husband, and just another guy who loves the game of pool and having fun. See what kind of response Kristina can mount here. Slice that break. That wasn't her best break shot, and this could possibly be a 1-2-3-9 situation with very little imagination. He misses that first ball. Not so fast, team, man. You got to get up there and suffer some more. That's it. Yes. He thought he was going to have a seat in my suite and give his buns a treat. Instead, He's going to have to do some meteorology here. A little crosswind check on the over the 9 ball. Fall right on the deuce. Maybe. I think he's going to call Garo Upremian here. He's going to kick at it. Because I could see no percentage, and he railed first to the ball, and he bought himself a chance on the 3-9 maybe. Plus his cue ball should be back around behind the 8. He hit that like a bumpkin. He'd say the same thing. Okay, let's see if Christina can mount a charge now. Oh. Around the Dardanelles there, went through the 5-6 like the Straits of Magellan. Probably play the high right English and hold the ball. Yep. It's still a little on the wrong side of it. The 5 might pass the 6. It's hard to tell. Oh, easy. Real good shot. Gonna probably just use the high left English again and play to the 7 in the side. That looks pretty much like the, she draws it over, fouls it, she can do anything she likes. Punch it over. Just enough. Yeah, well, the only thing that really counted was that the ball got affected by gravity more than it did the point of that pocket and decided to tumble downward into the darkness. 4-3 in favor of Chris. A real strong break here. The 2-5 looks like it's more than playable. I don't know what he'll do with it. Wow. That ball still came out 3 feet after it was 2 feet after it was at parade rest almost. Boom. All the way to the short side. Look at this. He should be straight in on the 6 in the corner pocket. Ideal. Close to it. He just can float out about 6 inches. Natural. Natural, natural. As old Yul Brynner said in The King and I, etc., etc., etc. Good out, Chris. 5 games to 3 in favor of Chris over Kristina. A beautiful, beautiful weekend here at the Champion Billiards in Frederick is drawing to a close, and it's always a real enjoyable time on the Action Pool Tour. And Tiger and Chris or they added the $600 was added to this event, and every quarter that the players put into the entry fees all were returned to the player plus the $600. And these are new sheriffs in town, and all you guys that like to think you're come out and support us. These people are just giving their all to give you the very best regional tour that you could ever have. And I've seen a lot of them that came and went in my career, and this one is one that I like plenty. They have lots of nice little added features, and at the end of the year for the top 16 players, a funny kiss, and Christina goes into the drink there, and after pocketing 3 balls and the white, this looks like a down table easy, 2 to the 4 to the 5, and a good potential run out here, right where he's looking to get his line of sight. That's ideal. He'll just float up to the 6 in the rail soft. Just come out about a foot. That's a dog. What's that? I think I will. That looks like a road dog for sure. Where's that young lady? That's Chris. Looked like for a second while, for an instant. I'll be with it when it dies. Well, that made it interesting. 5 games to 4. Chris fails to capitalize on a tough scratch on the break shot. Yes. You even got to drive all the way down back to Virginia Beach with under the influence. Chris crushed those balls, but the 8's in his path. He's had so many chances where he's broken out a shot on the 1 and has gotten clipped by a ball. Five games to 4 is the count, and these folks have played 9 ball for. It was 8-6 the first match. There's only 1 game separating them after 2.5 hours of play. Good hit. She can't believe that ball got all the way over there. Yeah. Chris is liable to cut this ball in the top right corner, you know, and it's from the pike position. He tried it and fired it wide. Shot I like is for Christina to follow this cue ball down and get in behind the 6-7 and play safe. There's no percentage in anything other than doing that, I feel. Or she can play the cue ball and play the 1 ball next to the 6-7. Either one. She cuts it in the side. Very, very classy, stylish shot. And she's in position. That was a great shot. It's classic form. Two rails, 1, 2, and back is what I like, instead of trying to float this ball. The way she hit it there, that's the way you had to hit the balls on this table. Here, it coming out of that lower right corner is like a rocket. It goes real sharp. She didn't play it with all that draw across the face of the ball. That really gives it the heebie-jeebies coming out of there. That second rail. 2 rails back. 1, 2, parallel. Yeah. I understand and appreciate the vagaries of this great game, and when the game's being played properly. That's why I keep coming back and keep doing this, because I just want to see this sport live on. Looking over at old Don Steele sitting there, still playing in the Second Chance tournament at 80 years old. Don Steele just won it. Don has won lots of tournaments in his life. He's a good man, Don. Known him for 20-some years or more. 30 years I've known Don, in all probability. Since the early 90s, we were playing on the now defunct McDermott Tour, playing through southern PA. Don is a definite, real tough player. And just about at all times traveled with the missus too. she was either a PWP or a pool widow personified. But a real good player, tremendous player in his day. We had several good matches over the career, and he's got the edge on me. But that's no disgrace. He's a good player. I was a pretty good player too once. But Don had some special touch. He had terrific cue ball control. I had very good, but he was terrific. A half a game, maybe over on the wire, to a game on me. But I occasionally took it down, but nice break shot. Kristina might be getting ready to take the lead here. She's got a long semi-treetop look. No, not at all. She can put a perfect bridge on this ball. Oh no. Didn't do Chris a favor with the leave, but he's so glad to be at the table right now that it doesn't matter. See, get the bridge and do that instead of leaning over. Don't understand why he didn't take care with that ball. Didn't take care with that shot. Didn't respect that one ball enough. Dead center table would be my estimate here. Well, that's a little frisky. That might be, she might be in a tough spot. It's a nice hit. Great shot. This is her style of shot, coming off the rail, one rail, and when the punch, she hits this shot like as good as anybody. Little short, 50-yard line. Wow. Yeah, that was too bad. She played some good balls there.
George needed a little break here. 6-5. Chris on that ball that just got hung by Kristina. Chris Bruner. Chris playing a safe, bringing the cue ball behind the 7. Leaves a little bit of sight on this. Trying to put a little bit more pressure on her. I'm going to repeat it. What an awesome talent. It's been a pleasure watching this girl shoot pool. And I hope to see her again. Because her level of play is second to not many people, including the men on the tour here. Anytime you play in a tournament, you finish ahead of Sean Wilkie, you know you've done your job. Just made new contact there. One ball. I don't know if Chris is looking at this 3-9. I don't know if he wants to play that right now. He's looking at trying to shoot to 3 in the corner. So a wide open table with the skill level he's got should really bring it on home in this game. Got way out of shape there. You've seen what had pointed in the area of that table that he wanted to be in, and he didn't quite get there. So this is, at 6-5, a very risky shot here. There's really no safe to play, but the combination here could open this up, and he's definitely going to go for it. It nails it. What an incredible shot. What an incredible shot there. We go up 7-5. And that's what makes Chris Bruner a little bit different than most guys on a tour. Sometimes, if he's going for shots, maybe not the best choices sometimes. I mean, he's on fire the way he's been for the last 4 or 5 months on this tour. He shoots this shot with more confidence than most people would. Dead center pocket with a 9. That miss by Christina, instead of being 6-6, makes the score 7-5. And this becomes a really big rack for her. Real big rack. Did move that break to the right side of the table instead of the left. The one ball's been going toward the side. Didn't fall this time, but she did have another runner go in. Wide open table here. A little bit of difficulty on the one ball. We'll see what she's going to do with it. Cuts the one ball beautifully in the corner pocket. Gets shaped on the 3 ball. Gonna have to play that off the left rail, kick it out a little bit wide, and come back for the 4. Dead center pocket. Just her fundamentals are just absolutely incredible. It's basically the same shot here. Down to the 5 ball. She had perfect speed there. She still got a shot on the 5. Easy roll over to the 6. To be 21 years old and have the poise that this girl has right now just says a big time shout out for her career coming up. And here she's in the finals of one of the hottest tours in the land. She got a little bump on the 8, got out of shape. Little ones back in Tidewater or anywhere across the world. Understand the fundamentals. Understand what it takes to get to where you need to get. Got a real thin cut on the 6 ball. Natural shape of cue ball should bring the ball around the table to the 7. It's a up, and she hung again like she did the last shot. It's going to hurt her here playing against someone like Chris Bruner. Chris, a little 4-ball out here to go to 8-5. Long drag back home to Virginia Beach. It's a little tweener here. Might have to go up to the corner or side. Chris looking in the 7-ball, probably gonna then cut this, I would guess, in the side pocket. Natural progression of this cue ball is going to go to the bottom rail and come back for the 8. Pretty much anywhere he hits it, he's going to have a shot at this 8 ball. He's going to shoot it in the corner and come around a line harder shot on the sweet spot. And dead center, a little bump on a 9 for some love and a kick off the 8. And another difficult shot coming up here, but he's got room by the 9. See him playing safe in this situation too much at all. Now she's got the 8 ball and the 9 ball together. Look, I want all these kids at home that are wanting to be pool players. That's right, I'm speaking to you, Ava. Make sure that you keep an eye on this girl. She's going to a stick extender to be able to reach her shot a little better. As long as you make good grades and continue to practice at everything you do, you can compete with anybody, and I do mean anybody. I know I'm feeling good today. I've had a lot of great messages today, and a lot of people wishing me some well wishes throughout the state on the tournaments that we're running and just life in general. I appreciate all the text messages and all the messages we've been getting. This is going to be the shot of the match for Christina. She's down 7-5 and got a really hard shot on this 9 ball. If she makes it, it'll go to 7-6. If not, 8-5. That's a big difference in this match. Here's the shot. Girl power, very much alive. Girl power much alive. We're going to be home soon here in Virginia Beach. Got a lot of concerts coming up locally. Breaking Benjamin coming into town. I'm going to be going with my road dog Sierra. Going to have a great time at that show. Looking forward to it. Many good people back at home trying to keep me straight, keep me rolling. We're going to keep working on this tour, make it one of the best in the country. You know, if Tiger Baker's involved, it's going to be good. Y'all know that. What are you looking funny for? You know it's going to be a good thing. Chris Bruner, 7-6. Strong break. See if anything falls. Nothing. Got a tough table for Christina to come to. You know, here in Surprise in Maryland. Beautiful, beautiful bar here at Champion Sports Bar and Grill. And we got a lot of athletes back at home. A lot of softball players, a lot of pool players, a little bit of everything going on. But she's going to play a push out here. And for you people that don't know that, she'll have an opportunity. We've got George Hammerbacher back on the mic with me now. George is putting in his 75th hour consecutive with just one break in the last 2 days.
Well, maybe yes. Well, I'm loving it. This is some great play. Two tremendous players, and only one game separates them after all this time they played. They went 8-6 in the hot seat match, and Christina wins, and then Chris is ahead 7-6 in this match, which indicates a pretty good matchup.
George, this girl's put in a lot of time at the table, you can tell. To be 21 years old, I mean, she's going to be a role model for a lot of kids in the country. To be able to show poise, you can't tell if this girl's up 7-0 or down 7-0.
No.
She keeps the same mindset and the same look.
That was a scintillating stroke, right there. That's a game-winning shot because she's got to pocket the 3 and have her pick of the litter on the 4 ball, which was the hard part of this out. She just got there.
Another dead center pocket shot.
Well, you see, with her, she was academy schooled from when she was very young, and never had a chance to develop any bad habits. And she, like I was saying earlier, is probably the finest fundamental player that I've ever seen. Even champions have like glitches and hitches in their giddy up, but not her. She comes straight back, a little pause, comes straight through each time, every time. The only time she misses balls is if she didn't quite get the alignment correct or didn't allow for the squirt or deflection. Even with that low deflection Revo shaft by Predator that she's playing with, they still deflect. And
she's had a couple small miscues on this match that's cost her. But all you ladies at home in particular that are watching this stream with one of the best instructors in the whole world sitting next to me know, whether you're a shift leader where you work or working hard at school, just continue to do it over and over and over again. That's why you're the best at what you do.
That's my sentiments exactly. And this young lady is like a machine. It just goes straight back. It goes straight through. She's like I said, was academy schooled. I don't know if I think she got there. I think she got there.
So you can see it from here.
What she's looking at is where the 8 ball is going to go after she pockets the 7. If she's going to be above it or even with it, if she's looking at her tangent line. One thing about her, though, I'll tell you, I have one little slight criticism with her.
What's that, George?
Oh.
Another wobble.
That
I'll tell you what.
That she has upper body sway while she's in the stance. I've seen her move in the upper body. Whether that's part of what she does or not, I've only seen her for about 2-3 hours. I can't really tell for absolute certainty.
When she misses, she don't miss by much. She just have that wobble working.
Well,
I've seen that from many people.
But you see, the thing with missing in these pockets, though, is that another one of our tables, our sponsors, the Diamond Tables, are going to have pockets that are 4.5 inches across, and these are 3/8 of an inch more across the points in the corner pockets, and they're cut differently and they're deeper, and for her to play with world-class women, they're going to be playing a lot on diamond tables, and she'd miss a few more balls on them, just like everybody would. But she has a little bit of a slight sway in her upper body after she's down in the shot, which is my only basic criticism of her. Her actual delivery, her posture, everything else is superlative. It's stuff, like I said, we would teach in the academy when they're 10, 12 years old. 13 years old. This is the form we would like to have them emulate and just do this forever and ever.
She's been running that one ball to the side pocket. Let's see if it gets there cross side this time. There she goes, George. There she goes.
And the 3 ball is right in the
hunt.
Yeah, that's the 8 ball down on the cushion here. So she's just going to come 1 rail right up the middle or come 2 rails out.
Well, George, I know you're feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's been a great week in the pool. Some of the best players we've had over across the entire tournament. It's been a really good pool this weekend.
Tremendous. Like I look forward to this, Tiger, from, get a chance to, she just got a piece of 9. She got a little lucky, because if that would have gone a little different, it could have been a little tricky for her. She's going to have to get the rake or get a cue extender on this one.
Well, I tell you what, George, the people here at Champions have taken care of our tabs all weekend. Since we took over this tour, we made a conscious effort of trying to give as much money back to these players as we can possibly give, and you know that. And you've been here, and I know you probably don't want this brought up in front of all these people listening on this stream, but you've been doing this as a volunteer for the whole time that we've had this thing. And me and Chris have been talking. We're going to start a 50-50 drawing on every tournament from here out on Saturday and Sunday. Then proceeds are going to go to one person, and that's the man sitting next to me. So we're going to appreciate it. You got expenses involved too. So we're going to be passing the hat around. Some people are going to win maybe $100, $150 on Saturday, and the same thing on Sunday. And that money's going to direct to you just to let you know how much we appreciate you being here.
Well, the thing is, I'm here for the love of the game, and
not too many people around like that no more, George.
Well, the thing is that I'm trying to give something back too, because the game itself has been a passion of mine for over 50 years, and
there's Christina. So you know what? It looks like she's out of it. She still climbs right back to 8-7. We're in a battle here.
Of course, you see, I used to watch the NBA all the time. When Boston Celtics with Red Auerbach were the world champions in the 60s. I was in high school and college then, and they would come to the Baltimore Civic Center to play the Bullets in those days, and that when they were, you never could tell if they were ahead or behind. They hustled and played hard every instant. They dove for balls, and they didn't take anything for granted, which means that they actually respected their opponents enough, even if they were routing them, that they were still going to hustle. They weren't going to just take it slow, and I just appreciate that mindset and work ethic. And here, I appreciate the work that these people went into their games.
Chris is slipping up a little bit, letting her hang around, and that might be a big mistake here, George.
Well, he already learned that
a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, he already knew her, knew of her, that he was going to have a fight on his hands.
Now, George, do you think her future will have her going away from her fundamentals a little bit? I mean, it seems like she stays within herself. She doesn't try to do too much with the ball.
No,
she'd rather have a long shot and make a shot than try to get shape on the next one and put a little extra something on. It's like playing the queen machines at home. Know when to stop.
Watch her. You see now, see how the upper body just rotated ever so slightly. after she was down, the upper body moved, and I don't see it on all the shots, which means that there again, she has her left cheek completely on her shoulder blade. Watch her left cheek on her face. Watch how when she goes down, how she locks it on that shoulder blade, on the edge of her shoulder. She's gonna break and run out and make this a race to 2 for the title.
It doesn't get much more exciting, George. It seems like we always have a good final, though, don't we? There are not too many runaways.
Not too many, no.
Pulling back for the 7 ball.
Yeah, Chris was looking to go on the hill at 9-7 and got careless. He reverted a little bit back to the things that got him in trouble in his past. And
yeah, when he hung that quick ball, I think it was at 6-4, 6-5, and let her get back in.
yeah,
One game can really turn the tide.
well, it's 8 apiece here, and it's and Christina has the odd break. This is game 17, and if it comes down to game 19, she has 2 out of the last 3 breaks, and
We'll never get out of here early, do we, George?
we have,
But that's what we're here for.
We have occasionally, but you know that hopefully this was a real nice turnout, a surprising turnout for the people that came, like from the beach and all, like Bill and Jackie and
Jared Pitts was here from out of town, and I don't think I say thanks enough to my partner. I tell you what, George, when we're at home, this girl takes care of 80% of what's being done. Let's make it 90%. I get to have all the fun here, and she does a lot of work in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, everywhere. She's a great partner to have, Chris Wylie. She has a passion like you do for the game.
Oh, well, she was in the second chance tournament, hacking them a little bit today. And
she went hill on her first match, and then I think that took the steam out of her for the second one, but she hung in there pretty well. We're going to get you back on the table again one of these days soon, George.
No,
it wasn't just a one-day thing. You had a tough draw that day, too.
No, you see, I just don't have the stamina anymore. That's the problem, and
that one.
And that I can be very dangerous for a match or 2.
Mm-hmm. What do you think Chris is thinking right now, sitting in the chair?
Chris is he ain't gonna like what happens here, I can tell you that. Split the heart.
Dead center again, my goodness gracious. Well, that 8 ball's the only thing, Georgia. She just got to get over there and get on it.
Well, and the ball looks like it's frozen on the cushion. You got a better look at it because your line is right on the cushion.
Yeah, it's right on there. It's frozen. If it's not, it's pretty daggone close. You know, George, I don't know if you know too much about these Fargo ratings that the BCA are using, but I mean, in person, she's the first lady that I've ever seen with an over 700 Fargo rating. Her rating is just 1 point below Chris Bruner, and believe it or not, is ahead of Raymark Lynn from Virginia Beach. Not too many 700s walking around. And look at his shot. Did she draw it in there? No. She's got a little break there, George.
Chris shuddered on that one, yet on the same token, he kind of lollygagged a couple of 1 balls that are going to cost him maybe this championship and break his streak at two tournaments in a row. He won in Richmond, and he won at He won down at Newport News on the bar box event.
Right. And anytime someone can knock off Sean Wilkie twice in one tournament, you think they're going to have a good shot at winning the show. Nine to eight. She's one game away from an Action Pool Tour championship. As calm as she looks, I wonder if she's feeling a little butterflies right now too, George. What do you think? It might not be under the field in butterflies. She's so smooth up there.
Well, what she has is the discipline, and the fact is that the beauty of this sport is that you don't have to be able to bench press 400, 500 pounds, or have to have a 36-inch vertical leap, or run 100 yards in 9 seconds flat. You could play this game for a long, long time and play it well. And she's got a lot of years ahead of her. The trouble will be is for her to find enough outlets to vend this ability. And
she's got a place here anytime she wants to come, that's for sure, George. I know we want to have her back.
Chris has come up with the Mojave mash on the break. In other words, he broke dry. And so she might have the 1-8 combination.
Looks like she's going to play. Is she going to play a carom here? I can't tell, George.
Well, the carom even is good because the 7 makes the pocket even
Real
bigger.
Big. Yeah.
Anything 8 has to go in. If it's even hit towards the pocket, it's going in.
That wasn't what I thought she was going to do, but I guess
she plays safe.
And he can see it. It's a thin cut here, but if he makes it, he should be able to go up and back and get shape on a 3, George, you think?
No.
You think he'll play safe here?
What he's doing is he's going to come off the left side of the ball and go behind the 3 ball, I feel.
Did he make it? No.
No, he didn't make it. He was trying to come behind the 3, and he caught too much ball.
Tell you what, she gets past this 1 ball, George, and it may be over.
You know what might be on here?
What's that?
The carom.
Oh, I didn't see the 2 ball.
1-9.
She's looking at it.
Of course she's looking at it.
Throw it over there and see what happens, huh?
Well, not really. She might shoot at this carom because there's no real, she has to huff and puff to make the 1-2 and hope for the best. She can also leave the cue ball down table and send the 1 up table. These are all benefits of the shot. But she's going to probably play the 1-2. And she hit it real well. But she's still going to... She's going to bank the ball up on the top rail and bring the cue ball right where she's standing and leave no shot. She's going to bank it up across corner, and cue ball's coming back over near this bottom left pocket on the screen, I think. She banked it straight across.
Yeah, did she get there? No, he's got sight on the 1 here.
He's got, yeah. He didn't think he was going to be losing 9-8 with this situation. But Chris is one of the best jump shooting shooters if he decides to jump.
Well, he can see this ball. He's got the whole ball to see.
Yes, he
can't
does.
cut it on the right side, but he can do anything else he wants.
He can hit the left side of it, but He goes off the rail, he scratches off the 3 ball. He's going to have to try to do something though.
Went for the 7. Let's see if he got lucky here, George. No, he did not.
No, in fact,
It's a very thin cut, I tell you what.
now this is routine. She gets to come between the 5 and 9 and track towards the 8 ball.
There's no trouble anywhere here, is there, George?
2 o'clock, she's got a perfect around the horn with a 3 ball. She can't even miss position if she makes the ball. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, she caught the 5 and she's going to get lucky. She still got the 3-7. That's why Chris mumbled and looked away and
Yeah,
looked
that
back.
was very beneficial kick there.
She didn't get into that channel that you had to go to get to the 3 clean and take care of business. This one, the ball might tumble behind the 8 ball. She makes the 3-7. No, she played safe.
Well, like you said, he's going to be able to jump over this 5 like candy. It's just what's he going to do with it?
She's highly disciplined. She doesn't shoot at anything that the percentages are on her side. She might play better than Chris. I don't know if she shoots better, but they're both about the same. He's got a 2-reeler coming behind it, or the jump. He's going to play a 2-reeler and come behind it. He might scratch. Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. This almost looks like he's on the way up to Mount Calvary, you know, to be mocked, scourged, and spat upon.
You see any trouble from here, George, at all?
No. Kristina is gonna has a 4 in the side pocket, I think. Oh, she made a mistake.
Yeah, this one may cost her too, George. I don't think she can get there here.
This is, well, we still got action. She goes past the 6, and she's down table, up table. She's out, you know. Those balls were all hanging over the holes. That was the only place that was no good, and she got there.
Yeah. See what you can do here. Try to go behind it, George, and kick it.
I like to kick at it directly, unless you can hit it.
Almost made it. Does she get a roll here? No.
No.
Now it's Chris's game
Oh,
to win or lose.
but this ball's nasty. He might take a timeout here. No, he doesn't take a timeout, but this ball is gruesome. I don't think if he's going to cut the room rent, I don't think the law of gravity is going to help him. He might be able to make it.
It's a nice shot. Just, these pockets are pretty big. They're helping out.
Yeah, well,
It's the same for both people, so.
Sure. He's got a thin cut on the 5, and he's going to get real close to the 6 with this. That's what he just looked at. See what he does.
God, just a
He got the cherry on the Sunday roll there. We just had that with ourselves.
Yeah, we did. I had to talk. I didn't have to talk you into that too much, George, because it
No.
looked good, didn't it?
It
Looks
was
like we're playing one game for a title here, aren't we?
no matter where you go, there they are. He's a little farther from this ball than he might have liked, but he's dead straight in on it.
Drills it. It's a confident stroke right there.
No matter where you go, there you
One
are.
game. It's a one-game championship for all the marbles. The whole Stromboli.
The mozzarella game. And there she is on the break. Chris may be powerless from here, you know.
It's true.
He got fortunate that she ran into the 6 ball. But a killer break, but the deuces in the soup over here. She's going to have to push out, probably.
Deuces are wild.
I don't think she's going to might push to the side rail near a side pocket so she can kick from the bottom rail, or she's just going to go to the top and take her medicine. Look it over, Chris. Chris likes to think of himself as a good mover from long distance here. Let's see if that's true. No, he didn't do himself any favors here. He's in trouble. That's the world's worst right there. She's coming back to this bottom rail, and that's 2 is up table.
Good speed. Very good speed.
I got him at 50-50 to make this ball on the jump. And the cue ball, it's a center edge jump. In other words, it's Tiger. It's a half ball jump where he's got center cue ball to his bottom outside edge on the deuce. And I got the 2 ball hitting inside the hole. May not go, but I don't think he's gonna fan on it.
Did he get a roll? George, did he get another roll?
He might have got a Tootsie Roll there. She might have to get the jump rod. Or maybe not. She had a play at the ball, but she didn't sell it out. Chris is going to have to jump this one too, I think. But that's dangerous with the ball close to the rail. The cue ball or 2 might jump off table and give him the. He's going to kick. What a match, huh, Tiger?
That's what it's all about. You know, I think if we come in here and had a bunch of 9-0 matches, you lose a little bit of interest in it. But what a great way to finish this weekend.
Oh, yeah. He sold it out.
This might be his last mistake, George. He makes his 2-ball. But you know what? They're at Hill too. That adds a little bit of grip to that stick. And if she's doing that, she's hiding it well because she looks like ice up there.
She's going straight back, straight through, each time, every time.
Trills.
She has room, the 3-ball.
She can slide it to the corner.
Yeah, and she's going to roll it because she'll be on top of those balls if it doesn't go down. That was hit purely. Chris just looked down.
This is a shot of the game. How's she gonna get on this 6-ball, George? She can just draw straight back.
She can drift over to her left a little bit towards the cushion.
Jacked up over this 8.
Yeah, especially. That'll help her.
Just gotta make the ball.
As always.
And she did.
Came over to her left just slightly. And if you like to have those 2 1-balls, he slapped. You can't do that. He'd win most of these tournaments if he got careless. This girl isn't usually careless. She's going to need a little high right English, I think, to come back and play for the 8 in the side pocket from around the head spot. She should be right around the head spot, 2 cushions, back and forth and halfway. She got frisky with it. She got on the other side of the ball.
Wow.
Well, it looks like the condemned man ate a hearty meal, and I can't say it was the condemned woman. The litany is that
21 years old to win a tournament with Chris Bruner, Sean Wilkie, Matt Crawl, Dave Hunt, and the list goes on and on.
sure, Scott Roberts and other boy Brian Bryant.
We got a champion, and her name is Christina. Tkach.
Not even a smile though.
There's a little one. Well, we're going to sign off here from Champion Billiards in Frederick, Maryland. We hope to see you next month.
On the 14th and 15th of September, we'll be at a 10-ball event at Breaker Sky Lounge, Herndon, Virginia.
We'll see you then. Until then, we're out.